Hello and welcome to this pit stop for Gugong, designed by Andreas Steding, published by Brewer and Tasty Minstrel Games. In Gugong, we are all in 15th century China, and each of the players is a family looking to influence the courtiers around the emperor in order to score the most points over the course of 4 days. Now, bribery is being stamped out around the place. So in order to influence these courtiers, we have to do an exchange of gifts. And we're always trying to give them a more valuable gift than they give us. And that is all represented by these cards, which have values on them. There are 7 different people you can go out to influence. But at each of them, if you lay down a card, which is of a higher value than the one that's already there, you're going to get to take the action. Now, you always take the card anyway. And those are going to become your hand for the next turn. And you'll put them there. And then we'll go in here. Now, I played a 9 for a 5, that's fine, I get to take that action. If I did play a lower action card to swap them over, that's okay as well. As long as I sacrifice workers or a card from my hand, I can still take the action wherever I am on the board. And as you can see, some of these cards also will let you take an action just for the fact of playing them with those symbols linked to the 7 areas we can go to, which we're going to go around now. Now, the first place we've gone to is the Palace of Heavenly Purity, where we're attempting to gain an audience with the Emperor. We can move up here, we can sacrifice workers to move quicker and move on the intrigue track as well. And in fact, we have to move up here because the first person to get up here is going to score most points, and it will go down depending on how quickly you get up there. But if you don't get up to the top of here, you will score 0 points at the end of the game and you cannot possibly win. Now, I said you can move up on intrigue by sacrificing workers here, and this is the intrigue area. If this is where you go, you've got 2 options. You can do a simple, just move up 1 space on the intrigue track. If you do that and you're the first person on the round to do it, you will be the start player on the next turn and you take that marker. You can also sacrifice workers to move further up. Now, the intrigue track breaks every tie in the game, including ultimately the winner if it gets down that far. Also, it's linked to the next area, which is the Great Wall of China, because when that's scored, you can sacrifice intrigue and move back down in order to get more workers, or to change these destiny dice, which we'll get to, or to claim jade for endgame scoring. So the Great Wall of China, when you go there, you can add 1 or 2 workers to the wall. Now, the number of cubes it takes to fill up a section is player number dependent, but when it does fill up, whoever's got the most cubes there, they come off the board and they go away into the general pool. You score 3 points and your envoy will move up 1 space in the Palace of Heavenly Glory, but everyone who's present gets the chance to do those pay intrigue to get the little bonuses. At the top is where your travelers are, and when you go to do the travel action, you can move 1 or 2 spaces, again sacrificing workers to move further. And when you move, you simply go to a town and you take the token. Now, all the tokens have got different bonuses on them. This one, for example, will move my intrigue along. You'll get workers, you'll move your envoy, you'll be able to swap cards around. It might power up your cards for this turn. You might be able to follow people when they go into a certain action. There's all kinds of different bonuses up here. But also, it'll flip face down and go on the top of your board. And on your turn, you can sacrifice 2 of these travel tokens to get workers, or 4 for points, or 6 again to get a jade for the end game scoring, which we're about to discuss, because the next area is the jade area. When you choose to go here, you can pay workers in order to take a piece of jade. They start costing 2 and they go all the way around to 5 as they become more scarce. And at the end of the game, like I said, that jade will score you points. This is the decree area, and this is modular. There are lots of different options for down here, but you'll always get 2 level 1, 2 level 2 and 2 level 3, which will give you bonuses at the start of each day. In this case, move your envoy and get a worker. Things that will make actions more efficient, or end game scoring. It happens to be a clear 8 points if you've got a worker here, or 2 for each worker you've got in decrees for this particular one. And to go into an area where someone else already is will cost you more workers, and they become more expensive the higher up in level you go on those decrees. The last area is the ship area, in which you're going to be able to put your workers onto ships. And you can choose to move them yourself along here. However, at the end of each round, they will also move 1 space by themselves. And when they move into a new harbour, you can take a worker off there. You can slot it into the space here along the side of your board in order to claim a bonus. But there are limited amounts of times you can claim a bonus, and that will be to score points, to increase your hand size by drawing a card, getting up to a maximum of 6, or to take your big worker who will help you just for 1 action, for example, fill up the Great Wall of China quicker, or fill your ships quicker, or whatever it may be. Once everyone has played all of their cards in a round, we're then going to check those destiny dice that have been rolled at the beginning of it. And any of your number cards that match those numbers are going to earn you workers. And whoever's been able to do that the most times is going to get a little bonus of 3 points and a move of their envoy, like I said, those ships will move, and then we'll move on to the next day. Each day is played exactly the same way, picking up the cards that you've collected on the previous day, so you're shaping your own hand. And once we've played 4, there's a little bit of end game scoring. The last sector of the Great War, whether it's been finished or not, is going to score 3 points for whoever's most there. You're going to score your points for your decrees, you'll score points for how quickly you got to see the Emperor, and then your Jade will score pyramidally up to 15 for 5 and then 2 for everyone after that. Once we've added all those points together, whoever scored the most points will be the winner of Gugong. This has been a Game Pit Pit Stop. For more videos like this, check out our YouTube channel. For more in-depth coverage of gaming, please check out the Game Pit podcast. Thanks.